So as you all know, Trump's polling numbers have been absolutely horrific lately. Lowest one I've seen is like 38 or 39%, but on average, he's probably around 40 or 42%. But here's how you know he's in serious trouble at the moment, is that even on what's supposed to be his best issue, he's falling apart. So let's watch some of that here. Watch.
In a word, Kate, oof. What are we talking about here? Take a look at this. Trump's net approval rating on immigration. Got 5 numbers for you across the screen here. A lot of focus on Gallup at minus 27. That's horrible. Quinnipiac University, minus 16. That's awful. Marist is bad at minus 9. Ipsos is minus 8. Fox at minus 7. Bad. So going from your left side, bad, to just downright terrible on the right side of your screen, the American people have turned against President Donald Trump on what was his best issue, one in which he had a positive net approval rating for most of his term, and arguably the issue that got him, of course, the GOP nomination all the way back in 2016, and one of the issues, of course, he used last year to quite a successul degree.
Absolutely. Is there signs that this is affecting his overall approval?
Okay, so you see this here, and then the question is, does this actually matter to folks? Why don't we zone in on Hispanic voters, right? Because obviously a lot of the immigrants who have been affected by this have been Hispanic voters in terms of the immigration crackdown. Take a look here. Trump's net approval rating amongst Hispanics. Remember, Trump put in a historic performance last fall among Hispanic voters, did better than any Republican nominee dating all the way back since we have data in 1972. His net approval rating among Hispanics in February was pretty gosh darn good for a Republican at minus 2 points. Look at how far it's fallen now in June, according to CBS News YouGov, at minus 26 points. And I should note, CBS News YouGov is not alone on this. This is what we see in the averages as well. Donald Trump was doing historically well for a Republican amongst Hispanics in terms of his net approval rating, and now he's basically back where he was during his first term, which is quite a low approval rating, one in which has brought his overall approval rating down amongst the entire electorate.
And one thing that has been very clear is that as this crackdown has continued, it has put immigration enforcement, ICE, in a whole new spotlight across the country. What are the numbers on ICE now?
Yeah, what are the numbers on ICE? It's not just affecting Donald Trump, it's affecting ICE as well. ICE's net approval rating. In Trump's first term, the average was 0 points, right? So right there on the bottom, as many approve as disapprove. Look at where we are now in June of 2025. Minus 17 points all the way down. So the bottom line is this immigration crackdown not being viewed popularly by the American public, bringing Donald Trump down and bringing immigration and custom enforcement down with him.
Thanks for continuing to track this area. It's really interesting, the trend lines that you've been seeing all along.
And I can't stress this enough. This is with the Democrats not doing a full court press and not calling it out and not making a big stink about it. So this is literally just the plain face horror of what the Trump regime is doing, being shown to the American people on TV, and them going, oh my God, that's really fucking terrifying. That's really fucking terrible. Alligator Auschwitz, innocent people in a tent in the middle of the Florida Everglades getting flooded with a thunderstorm, worms in their meals. Somebody drank Clorox and needed to go to the hospital for 4 days because the sanitation system is all fucked up. Like, people see what's happening with CCOT, with the concentration camp in El Salvador, with Guantanamo Bay. Trump's trying to send 30,000 people there, doing raids on farms and Home Depots and 7-Elevens and all these places. Just people seeing what they're doing is making them turn on the Trump regime. Again, without the Democrats saying anything. Without the Democrats making any argument, bringing anything up, attacking them in any way, shape, or form, just watching the news makes them go, oh, so they are going after innocent people. They're not just going after criminals. Oh, they are going after grandmas and grandpas. And they just made it so that now they're going to arrest undocumented immigrants who've been here for decades and have no criminal record. And they're going to try to keep them locked up through the entirety of the deportation process. So no more bond. So in other words, you could be locked up for a year or two and then get kicked out of the country. Even if you've been here for decades, even if you pay your taxes, even if you're a good family person, even if you're not a criminal. So what we're looking at is just an absolute horror show. I mean, that's the only way you can describe it, is an absolute horror show. Minus 17 now. ICE's net approval. Usually law enforcement in this country usually polls very high, even like during scandals. But it's gone so far above and beyond what people were expecting that they're disgusted by it. They're put off by it. So what I would say to the Democrats is step the fuck up. Scream about it. If you guys also make the argument that you can move these numbers even more. Now this is just like what the news is showing, but it could be what the news is showing plus you pointing it out too and screaming about it. I mean, shout out to Chris Van Hollen for going to CCOT and getting us that amazing video. He really showed fight. Maxwell Frost has shown fight on this. There's a handful of them, but like it's got to come from party leadership too. And this is man, he's in trouble. I said this before on the show. I'll say it again. I do think we're going to see a 36 or 37% Trump poll come out soon. I think we're going to see a 36 or 37%, maybe even 35%. I don't think we'll get to the absolute floor of 26 and 33%, but you mix this stuff with the Epstein stuff. Yeah, 36, 37, I think it could come out because there is just nothing good. There's nothing good happening in any way, shape, or form. It is just a horror show. One day after the next. I mean, even just the basic, like, economic numbers. Inflation is up. More people are being laid off. We're about to get hit even harder by the stupid fucking trade war that he's waging. Of course, slashing the social safety net, kicking 17 million people off healthcare, cutting food stamps, etc., etc. The bombing Iran. Now, Israel just bombed Syria with our money and our weapons. And it's just every day, it's a new fucking horror. Every day, it's a new horror. And it's only going to get worse and worse. I don't know how we lived through 4 years of this, man. I really don't. But the people are already turning, and that's very clear. All right, y'all, that's the show. I love y'all very much. You guys know all the shameless plugs. Everybody do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. That helps out big time and costs you nothing at all. I'd really appreciate that. You could also click that bell icon to get a notification every time a video drops, and leave a comment and leave a like and all that fun stuff. Thank you to everybody who supports the show on Patreon. Couldn't do it without you. If you'd like to support the show, you can do that below. $2 a month, $5 a month, whatever it is, goes a very, very long way. And, I owe you the world if you're a supporter of this show. I've never done an ad read, never talked to an advertiser, never talked to a billionaire or a government or anything like that. Very proud of that. You guys have made that possible. Subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack as well. That's below as well. Would really appreciate that. And go subscribe to Corin's World on YouTube. He would really appreciate that. We're trying to get him to 100,000 subs, and we're doing some live Kyle and Corin's, which is fun. So you can check that out as well. All right, guys. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Peace. Hey, y'all. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.